Well, joining us this morning is Gamco Investors Associate Portfolio Manager Zahid Siddique. He'll be attending that GE meeting later this afternoon, and Gamco owns about 4.2 million shares of GE. And Zahid, thanks so much for joining us. What are you listening for this afternoon?
Well, just to give you some background, Jeff Immelt became the CEO on September 7th, 2001. On that day, the GE stock was trading around $40. Today, it's around $17, $18.
Right.
So investors, clearly, as you guys were talking about, clearly investors have lost a sizable piece of their investment. Mm-hmm. And so a part of that has been a lack of confidence in Jeff Immelt. And I think reason for that lack of confidence is probably a lack of communication on his part. For example, he was publicly saying that they would not cut the dividend and 2 years ago, and they did go ahead and cut the dividend. So
okay.
Now I think the key today is, and going forward, is really for him to regain that confidence with the investors. And I think there's many different ways of doing that. Buying back shares, you guys talked about increasing dividend, focusing on their core businesses, making the GE Capital business smaller.
Right.
All those we think would be good steps.
Right. But Zahid, and you rightly point out, he's been CEO since 2001. We're talking almost 10 years now of him, quote unquote, losing confidence. So first off, when did you buy into GE?
We have been nibbling at GE for quite some time over the past few years.
Okay, so how long are you going to be patient then?
We can be patient. We tend to be, we are value investors, long-term fundamentals driven, and our time horizon can be anywhere from 3 to 5 to 7 years. So we are willing to stay patient and really see this story recover over time.
Zahid, you said you'd like more clarity or communication from Jeff Immelt. Of all the businesses, what would you like to hear about how it's going to do next year? What in terms of how it contributes to the GE story?
We think just a greater focus on the energy businesses would be good. A greater focus on other infrastructure businesses, on healthcare businesses would be good. We like the fact that they have restructured NBC Universal. That gives them more focus on their core industrial businesses. A smaller, a shrunk version of GE Capital would be good.
Okay.
We'd like to hear that the delinquencies, for example, are declining. And we would also like to get more color on the real estate component within GE Capital. That is one concern that we have had for the past few years.
So then, okay, this is what I'm struggling with, because Immelt has been at that job for, again, almost, since 2001. And you're willing to be patient, but at what point do you stop questioning the strategy and you start questioning the CEO?
We think we'll be willing to wait out over the next 2-3 years. If things don't improve, then we'll begin to question. But we think, given the fact that they're working on the NBC Universal deal, given the fact that they're shrinking the capital business, they're increasing dividend, as you guys talked about, and talking about more buybacks.
Right.
So I think at this point, there's no reason for us not to give him some more time.
Okay. Zahid, we're going to have to leave it there, but I appreciate you telling us about this ahead of this investors meeting that is Gamco. Zahid Siddique.